This is Daily Homeless News, where tell the stories no one else will. Arizona, a state known for its breathtaking landscapes and rapidly growing cities, homelessness has become a pressing challenge that deserves serious attention. Today, we'll help raise awareness about the realities facing those living without shelter, delve into root causes, examine current conditions, explore broader impacts on individuals and communities, and highlight potential solutions that offer hope. And if you want to know more about homelessness in any other area or city, please tell us in the comments below. We just might cover it next. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to discover more stories from the shadow society that not everyone knows. The current landscape of homelessness in Arizona. Arizona is now facing one of the most rapidly expanding homeless populations in the nation. In cities like Phoenix, the number of individuals living in street encampments has surged by nearly 450%, forming densely populated. One such area, known today as the Zone, formerly called Thunderdome, has grown to host close to 1,000 unsheltered people over the last 10 years. These staggering numbers point to an urgent demand for real solutions and stronger support systems. Adding to the crisis, recent data ranks Arizona 13th nationwide for the number of human trafficking tips, with 651 reports involving hundreds of victims each year. The state's dark undercurrent of commercial sexual exploitation brings in millions in illicit profits annually, further complicating the already dire homelessness situation. You think this is some remote suburb? Not at all. This is the exact city center where hundreds of homeless people are struggling to survive in the middle of all the urban glamour. Phoenix's The Zone, now ominously dubbed the Danger Zone, stands as a stark symbol of Arizona's deepening homelessness crisis. Despite ongoing crackdowns aimed at clearing encampments, the root causes remain unresolved, fueling a relentless cycle of displacement and return. Even Scottsdale, known for its wealth and polished image, has witnessed a noticeable uptick in homelessness as rising costs force people out of pricier neighborhoods. These concentrated areas evolve into visible hubs of the crisis, where those affected are more apparent, yet still face the same systemic challenges seen throughout the state. Homeless individuals in Arizona often face incredibly harsh living conditions. Many are left to battle scorching heat with minimal access to clean drinking water and nutritious meals. Daily life is fraught with dangers, including the constant risk of violence and theft. Without stable housing, maintaining hygiene, and ensuring personal safety becomes a constant challenge, taking a serious toll on their overall well-being. Recent reports reveal that nearly 1,000 people are living unsheltered in densely populated areas, struggling every day with hardships that go far beyond simply being without a roof over their heads. So join us in exploring Ricky's story to gain a deeper understanding of the real situation facing homeless individuals in Arizona. Ricky currently lives in a tent encampment in Phoenix, Arizona, where life is extremely harsh and filled with deprivation. He endures scorching heat with summer temperatures regularly exceeding 40 dC, and has no access to electricity or clean water. Each day, Ricky struggles to find food, drinking water, and basic necessities. Without proper restrooms or sanitation facilities, he and other homeless residents live in unsanitary conditions, surrounded by trash, and at constant risk of disease. At night, he sleeps beneath thin tarps, which provide little protection from the dangers around him. Despite facing these severe hardships and shortages, Ricky still holds on to hope that he will soon find stable housing, acquire a car, and gradually rebuild his life to reunite with his son. Causes of homelessness in Arizona. One of the leading causes of homelessness in Arizona is the steep rise in housing costs. In recent years, both rent and home prices have soared, making it increasingly challenging for low-income individuals and families to find affordable places to live. In Phoenix, for instance, rental rates have jumped an astonishing 177% over the past year alone, putting immense pressure on residents' finances. This sharp increase often leaves people facing impossible choices between paying for housing or covering basic necessities like food and medical care, ultimately pushing many to the brink of homelessness. The lack of affordable housing continues to intensify the crisis. With few low-cost housing options available, countless individuals are forced to either live on the streets or rely on temporary shelters. The construction of affordable homes hasn't been able to keep up with the rising demand, creating a severe shortage that demands immediate action. On top of that, zoning restrictions and strict building regulations in several Arizona cities make it even harder to build affordable housing, further shrinking the options for those most in need. Arizona's surging population is another key factor fueling the crisis. As more individuals flock to the state in search of economic prospects and a warm, sunny climate, the demand for housing continues to rise, often outpacing the available supply. This steady influx of new residents adds strain to an already stretched housing market, sending prices soaring and increasing the number of people facing homelessness. Cities such as Phoenix and Tucson have experienced dramatic population spikes, leading to overcrowded markets and a severe shortage of affordable housing options. Substance abuse continues to be a major concern within Arizona's homeless community. Struggling with addiction makes it even more difficult for individuals to secure and maintain stable housing, while also increasing their risk of becoming entangled in criminal behavior. On top of that, mental health disorders and domestic violence add extra layers of hardship, making it even harder for people to break free from the cycle of poverty and instability. The overlap between addiction and homelessness forms a deeply tangled crisis, one that demands thoughtful, wide-ranging solutions. A major obstacle in the fight against homelessness is the lack of accessible, well-rounded support service. Countless individuals are unable to obtain vital resources such as health care, mental health care, and job training opportunities. Without these critical tools, rebuilding their lives, finding steady work, and securing long-term housing becomes nearly impossible. On top of that, complicated bureaucratic processes and insufficient funding further weaken the impact of current programs, leaving many homeless people without the meaningful support they need to change their situation. Impacts of homelessness. Homelessness takes a devastating toll on an individual's health. Without reliable access to health care, many go without treatment for serious medical issues, leaving them vulnerable to infections and deteriorating mental health. The unrelenting stress and instability of life on the streets only make these problems worse, creating a cycle that's hard to break. Chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and mental health disorders are widespread among the homeless and often remain untreated due to the lack of accessible medical support. The safety of homeless individuals remains a major concern. Life on the streets is often marked by high levels of violence, theft, and exploitation, making daily survival incredibly dangerous. Lacking the shelter and protection a stable home provides, many find themselves at constant risk of assault and abuse, which only deepens their feelings of insecurity and hopelessness. Within homeless communities, repeated incidents of crime and violence can fuel a relentless cycle of fear and instability, making it even more difficult for people to break free from the grip of homelessness. Laura, a homeless woman in Tucson, shared that every night is a battle for her. She can't sleep peacefully because she's always filled with fear. Fear of being robbed, attacked, or losing the few belongings she has. For her, surviving on the streets isn't just about material things, but about constant vigilance. So there's a strong link between homelessness and rising crime rates. The intense hardship that often comes with life on the streets can drive individuals toward drug crimes, theft, and acts of violence. These behaviors don't just impact the immediate victims, they also place a heavy burden on law enforcement and erode the sense of safety within communities. Homelessness places a heavy financial strain on communities. Rising healthcare expenditures, increased demands on law enforcement, and greater reliance on emergency services all divert critical resources from other vital public programs. In regions where homelessness is prevalent, property values often drop and tourism can suffer, delivering another blow to the local economy. At the same time, soaring housing costs force many people to spend a large share of their income on rent, leaving little for basic needs and deepening the vicious cycle of poverty and homelessness. The concentration of large homeless populations often results in significant environmental decline. When waste is improperly discarded and public spaces are used for defecation and urination, it leads to increased pollution and the gradual decay of urban landscapes. Beyond harming the visual appeal of a city, these issues also create serious public health concerns. As the environmental consequences of homelessness intensify, cleanup operations grow more frequent and expensive, putting additional pressure on already stretched community resources. Solutions to homelessness. One of the most impactful strategies to address homelessness is expanding access to affordable housing. In Arizona, efforts are underway to develop more social housing initiatives and offer financial support to families with low incomes. By reducing barriers to stable housing, the risk of individuals becoming homeless due to economic hardship significantly decreases. Creative solutions like tiny home communities and modular housing developments are also being considered to rapidly increase the availability of cost-effective living spaces. Expanding support services plays a vital role in helping individuals break the cycle of homelessness. This means improving access to mental health services, substance abuse recovery programs, and vocational training. By offering well-rounded support, we can tackle the root causes of homelessness, giving people the tools they need to rebuild their lives with stability and self-respect. Services like case management, therapy, and life skills development are key elements of this holistic approach. Substance abuse plays a major role in homelessness, making access to rehabilitation programs a critical part of the solution. In Arizona, there's been a growing investment in initiatives that provide addiction treatment and recovery support. These efforts aim to help individuals break free from the cycle of substance dependence, lowering the chances of relapse and promoting lasting recovery. Programs that integrate addiction services with mental health care and housing assistance have shown remarkable success in creating more stable and sustainable outcomes. Addressing homelessness effectively requires strong collaboration among government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and local communities. In Arizona, the strategy focuses on a well-rounded approach that tackles housing, healthcare, and employment all at once. Engaging the community plays a key role in shaping solutions that reflect the real needs of the people, helping to build a more inclusive and compassionate system. When the public and private sectors work hand in hand, it often sparks creative solutions and leads to more efficient use of available resources. Additional insights and developments. In addition to immediate solutions, there are innovative strategies and grassroots efforts gaining traction in the fight against homelessness. For example, several cities across Arizona are piloting tiny home communities as transitional housing options. These compact living spaces not only offer safety and stability, but also provide vital access to services like career training, mental health support, and medical care, building a sense of community that encourages long-term progress. At the same time, technology is playing a growing role in this effort. Digital tools such as mobile apps and web-based platforms are streamlining connections between unhoused individuals and the resources they need, helping break down barriers and improve access to essential support systems. Grassroots movements and local community efforts are essential in aiding homeless populations. Volunteer-led initiatives often include food drives, clothing donations, and mobile health clinics, offering immediate support to those in crisis. Though these actions take place on a small scale, their impact on the lives of the homeless is profound. Take, for instance, groups like Billy's Way Home. Not only do they serve warm meals, but they also foster a sense of connection and hope, which are vital for individuals working toward rebuilding their lives and reclaiming independence. Raising awareness about homelessness is essential for fostering empathy and encouraging public support. Educational workshops and awareness campaigns help demystify the issue, highlighting that homelessness can affect anyone, regardless of background or circumstances. By promoting understanding, communities can better support policies and programs aimed at reducing homelessness. Travel documentaries like ours play a crucial role in shedding light on these issues, encouraging viewers to rethink their perceptions and take action. Creating employment opportunities tailored to the needs and skills of homeless individuals is another critical aspect. Vocational training programs and job placement services empower individuals to gain financial independence and reintegrate into society. Employment not only provides income, but also instills a sense of purpose and self-worth, which are vital for long-term stability. Programs that partner with local businesses to provide job opportunities ensure that homeless individuals have the chance to rebuild their lives. Conclusion. Homelessness in Arizona is a deeply rooted and multifaceted issue that demands both immediate action and long-term commitment. By exploring its underlying causes, examining the current landscape, understanding its far-reaching consequences, and embracing holistic solutions, Arizona has the potential to make meaningful progress in tackling this crisis. The road ahead won't be easy, but with unified efforts and compassionate, forward-thinking policies, real change is within reach. As a travel documentary, our purpose is to shine a light on urgent social challenges, spark meaningful conversations, and motivate our audience to become part of the solution wherever they live. If this documentary moved you or opened your eyes, don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories from around the world. Together, we can be the change that counts.